be black as night. I know you order for you while you fill out immigration forms and flights. A date of issue, surname, passport, address, and postal code. You know all my numbers, check my boxes, I have nothing to disclose. Just the sand in my shoes and the wind in my hair. I come back empty-handed, I have nothing to declare. The traveling blues and memories of you. I come home empty-handed, I have nothing to declare.
Kia ora, konnichiwa, good evening, good morning. Welcome to MOTUesday. We're back. We've been away for a couple of weeks, but we are back at it tonight. And let's bring on the MOTUesday boys. G'day, lads.
Hey. Happy Tuesday, fellas.
You got a special friend there with you, Zazel.
This is my pal.
Look at that.
So
what name does he go by?
It's a Sergeant Spikecore, the best version of Spikecore in existence. Only one of its kind, as far as I know. You can do one of these. You can do this one. Ba-chow. And also can do one of these. Whoop. Give you the old swagger. This guy's got swagger. Given to me by my mate Nate, the Retro Tinker. And I love it, and I adore it, and he hangs out with me everywhere, and I'll put him here. He can be my Jiminy.
Did you ever think you'd come to a point where you would not only have Spikecore be one of your favorite figures, but one you'd carry around with you?
All he needed was a sergeant at the beginning of the Spikecore for me to have a big 180 flip on that.
Yeah.
Yeah, what a
I
cool
don't know how we didn't think of that sooner. You know, you've had your run-ins with Spikecore for a long time now. Finally.
Now,
finally it comes up.
Now, if I can get a Sergeant Stinkor, that'll give me bookends from season 1 and season 2.
Beautiful. And how are you feeling, Adam, mate? I know you've been a touch under the weather of late. You're getting back.
I think we're on the other side of it. I may sound a little congested here going in, but I was not going to miss MOTUesday with the boys. And because we're in different continents, you guys are at no risk of getting what I've got. So I feel okay to be on.
I did contemplate wearing a mask tonight just in case, but I thought I'd take the risk and go maskless. Well, it's good to see you, buddy, and thanks for getting up early in the morning again.
When I first started Go Figure was in like the height of the pandemic, and I made my Instagram. Before I did anything on YouTube, I just started putting stuff on Instagram as a run-up. And then someone was going live, and he was reviewing some Motu guys. I was like, this is great. And he was wearing a mask the whole time. And I'm like, you're online. Like, no one's there with you. We're like, what are you doing? And he's just like, he was just normal. Just felt more comfortable in a mask.
What a nutter. All right, boys. So let's get our guest on tonight. I've really been looking forward to having Jonny on the show. He has got one of the most hilarious YouTube channels out there. It always gets me in fits of laughter, and he also has a great Instagram account as well. So let's bring him on and let's get to know Jonny a bit. So Jonny, or Skeletor, or Sergeant Supporter. Who have we got here?
I just invented a new character while I was sitting here. That's Skeletor on a Spikecore body with 2 Spikecore arms. So Spiketor or Spike, I don't know, one of those.
Well, I don't hate it. That's something.
He looks like Skeletor working at a fast food place with 2 spatulas.
Loves it. He wants to be very
Spatulor.
So Jonny, you literally created that during the opening
I
music.
just picked up what was randomly next to me, just swapped some heads just to
That's a live universe.
That's right.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
I got my
so good to be back.
Yesterday.
What's that, mate?
So I got my Snake Mountain unboxed yesterday. I got it in December, but I've had no rooms. So I put the castle Greyskull away and put Snake Mountain out yesterday with all my snake dudes everywhere.
Did you get it from Big Bad Toy Store, Johnny?
No, I did not, sir. I got it
Where did you get
from.
yours from?
Well, I believe it was Amazon US or Amazon UK, which was also where my castle came from. And I got it. I was waiting. I was waiting for them to list it. And one of the toy groups online with Weird Bill and Grownhead Jim, they were all stalking, waiting for that listing. The day it went up, we all went ordered it, and I got it at a really good price. Cost me 90 Australian dollars.
$90. Oh, that's a bargain.
The price I paid for the castle.
Well, how much was it posted?
In your display space, you put
Grayskull's at about 180 shipped, but I got the free Prime shipping. But I got Snake Mountain for like $90 Australian free Prime shippings. It was a deal of bloody lifetime.
I got absolutely raked over the coals with shipping when it came to Big Bad Toy Store. I wish I had have waited. It was. I reckon it must have been twice as much as what I paid for the actual mountain without the T.
Mountain.
I know. I got one lot of Origins last year from BBTS, and it cost me. I got like 8 figures, and it cost me over $100 in shipping, and I just went, "Nah, I'm not doing that again."
No.
Oh, plus you also had that that little incident where they just took months upon months upon months of not moving.
Yeah, of not moving as well, and then they all move at once.
Right.
It's like Hasbro style. They just like cram them all out in that mid-year period.
All right, that's enough of our personal conversation. Sorry, Phil, you can go back to the show now.
You're all good. Keep going. I was gonna ask Johnny when his Eternia is showing up. Is that on the way as well? Or?
That's on the far side of the galaxy, I think, Phil.
Yeah. Bit of an impossibility. All right, guys, let's say g'day to the chat. We've got Johnny's in the house.
Get him out of here.
All right. We've got Zazel with a left.
Yeah, that was a funny one.
Our main dude, the Retro Tinker. G'day.
Yes.
G'day.
Good to see you. We've got a yo. We've got a hey.
Can we get an oi?
We've got Jewel Who 9. Hi, Jewel. Good to see you. We've got the Lilith. Ohio, gentlemen. Oh, she's using the lingo. Good to hear that, Lilith. Good to see you. We've got our man,
Full Force.
Tracy, just dropping by to remind everyone to link, like, and subscribe.
Always.
We've got Nodsy is here as well. Zazel, that curtain button. Got him,
This
yeah.
is MOTUesday, not MOTUesday.
Yeah.
All right, that was good.
Thank God it's not a morning show, lads?
Ouch.
Her name's Stinkle. Oh, God.
Uh-oh.
Oh, dear. All right. Well, I'm sure we'll have more people filing in as the evening/morning progresses. But yeah, Johnny, it's good to have you on the show, buddy. We've had you lined up for quite some time now. I know you're a massive Motu fan, so
I just sit here motionless waiting.
I went back and double checked because I could have sworn that we had Johnny on the show before. It's actually criminal that we haven't already done it.
It is
I
a
will
crime.
tell you, when you guys had your big, I don't know, your gap year or whatever you call it, we were away for a number of reasons. I went back and rewatched like every episode from the beginning all over again, so it was great. So I watched them all again.
Well, good on you, buddy. Thanks for that.
Yeah. I think you've been in the chat pretty much every MOTUesday, so that's probably why it feels like that you've actually
probably about three, episode 3 or 4, because I didn't know about it for a long time. Randomly, I just found it one time, probably on Zazel channel or whatever, and since then I'm like, yes, looking forward to that.
Yeah,
Nice
I think
one.
Johnny's also in the very exclusive club where he's now going to be in the universe, and he's also part of the Doom Squad.
Right.
Oh,
Yeah.
in both worlds.
He's in both worlds there.
There we go.
Multiverse.
All right, so I've titled tonight's episode the Technology Takeover, and if you guys are familiar with Johnny's awesome channel and his Instagram as well, you'll know he goes bananas for the AI stuff. So I've got a bit of Jonny's stuff here, and maybe Jonny, you can talk us through where you come up with these mad ideas, and what do you actually use to create this stuff? Do you use ChatGPT?
I use a bunch of ones, and
Yeah.
I don't do any complicated prompts. I've read some of those ones from people that are putting all sorts of like 50 commands. I'm doing like 8-10 word sentences at best. At the moment, the one that like this generated and a few other that's given me good images has been the if you just go, what is it, Microsoft Bing or Bing AI, it's got a particular art thing that's lumped in with that. And if you have a Microsoft account, basically it's free to use. So I already had, Windows or PC or whatever, so it didn't cost me anything. So I've been using that to make stuff. And I have no idea what I'm doing. I just sit there and randomly type in stuff. And it's no different than when you're in primary school and you're like, I'm going to draw stupid moustaches on the guy and give him a little earring here and draw a thing and maybe give him a little tattoo or something. It's that kind of thing. You just come up with nonsense stuff.
Was this image as a result of you putting into the AI point dread break?
Hey, Dean.
No, I was actually thinking of Optimus Prime and Transformers. The original show. And I tried to do an Optimus Prime surfing, and I was trying to get Skeletor and Optimus surfing. But every version of Optimus looked like some kind of bootleg version of a Michael Bay Optimus, and it was incomprehensible nonsense. But the Skeletor, this one, is a bit too buff, but it was just
he
fun.
is very buff.
This is surfing Skeletor. He you know what it is? You know what it is? He's got one of those old comic books, right? Remember one of the back pages of the old comic books where it would show this skinny, scrawny guy who all of a sudden was at the beach, got picked on by the bully? This is after that. He's gone and signed up for it. He's come back buff and he's ready to show the ladies what it is.
Charles Atlas course.
The Tony Atlas Fitness Challenge.
Challenge accepted and exceeded.
So I've got Jonny's little that's his Instagram handle at the top there. So everyone go and check him out. I've got plenty of pics to show you.
What I appreciate
a lot of Skeletor
is that it's Jonathan Sorensen AU, right?
Oh,
now we know
otherwise it's too confusing with other people with the same name in the world. So I've been doing blogs online for years, and I've only recently started doing nonsense YouTube things because I'm mostly a writer. I mostly just make up like non-fiction stuff, and then, like I said, it's like in primary school when you think up, wouldn't it be cool if, I don't know, He-Man fought Superman or something, and then they did that in DC Comics in the 80s. So I just think of that same nonsense stuff, like superheroes and Motu, but then I'd like to put in some kind of silly things, make something funny.
Well, so, I'm a big fan.
Zazel, you're questioning why he's using AU, not NZ at the end of his name.
I wasn't questioning it. I was appreciating it.
Because it's been 23 years now.
What are you, Jonny? Are you a Kiwi in Australia or an Australia in Australia?
I'm both of those.
You're both. You're down the middle.
You can't pin me down. I'm gonna dodge left and dodge right. No, I spent the first 20 years of my life in New Zealand. I was born there, and as I said to you months back, you can take the boy out of New Zealand, but you can't take the Kiwi out of the boy. But I've been in Australia 23 years, so I'm dodgy as F, and I need some sangers and some sausages and barbecues and all that.
Perfect. You sold me. I believe it.
I really want to go to this workshop.
Skeletor here in the
Tony Robbins style workshop.
You got Skeletor here in the corporate world, even.
Yes,
loving that.
It's got to recruit minions because they're very expendable, so you got to get some new recruits on there.
Is that Skeletor also in the crowd?
He is, and I figured this one, this is where the AI actually messes up. But headcanon, I'm like, well, it's like a hologram or a light projection so that people at the back can actually see him. That's how I figured it was.
Brilliant.
Yeah, that's got to be it.
But I mean, right. Oh, oi! Thanks.
You're getting some love in the chat, Zazel. Mr. Popular.
Oh, thanks, buddy. God. I appreciate it. But you've got Skeletor on the panda. I was going to say Pandemonium. It's the podium.
Yes.
You've got Skeletor on the podium. You've got him displayed big screen, but you've also got him right at the front here in the crowd.
No. That guy's got horns.
Weird things. It does
That guy's
weird
got
things
horns,
like
Zazel. That's not
when you
Skeletor.
put them in there.
Well, I'm not confused.
I love this one. The guy kind of reminds me of Russell Brand with the beard in there.
Man, you're not wrong. Yeah, he does too.
This is like the corporate. This is like he's gone through the portal and he's come to our world and he's like, all right, corporate seminar, get some lackeys in here.
Looks more like Skulls Wide Shut.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
Esco's Vendetta.
Once you chuck all the information,
I like that it based the image. Actually, you can see it's actually the action figure, not the cartoon. By this, like, not there's no articulation points, but you can see where it would be.
yeah. How long does it take for the software to like spit out the image once you give it all the info it needs?
Usually a couple of minutes, depending on which one you use. Some of them take a couple of minutes, some take a bit longer. This one is just like on Wall Street.
That one looks painful.
This was the cover of his Beatles cover album.
Yeah, the crossing. Totally.
Brilliant.
Skelly Road.
And look at this. We might need to invite Skeletor to the next Clubhouse trivia show.
That's what inspired it. I actually did a couple of weeks ago. I did Skeletor doing random trivia with Sylvester Stallone, like a voice clone of Sylvester Stallone. And I just did a weird trivia about like Masters and movies and stuff.
Yeah.
And I'd have him like trick up Sylvester Stallone and say like an obvious answer was wrong and a right answer was yes or no. And because he's a villain.
Brilliant.
Is that Eldor?
I don't know what they are. They're just like weird. It was just a concept idea, but then from that idea, which is actually based on like your Zazel trivia nonsense, I did that Skeletor Sylvester Stallone one where I just made it all like master stuff and yeah.
It's like Skeletor's got an intern.
Yeah, I was trying to go like those 70s, 80s, like those guest shows and panels and microphones.
Variety shows.
My favorite piece of trivia from the Masters of the Universe movie was that Stallone went to visit Dolph on set, and he saw it filming, and he saw them filming a scene, and Stallone went to the director. He's like, "You're giving this guy lines?"
Yeah, well, his English was still pretty bad there.
Yeah.
All right, so you've also got non-Skeletor stuff as well. So we got He-Man.
Yeah, I did those He-Man PSAs pretty much every week. Eventually, I'll do so many of them, do more than the proper ones, and I'll feel bad when people look them up in the future and want to see the actual original ones.
Yeah, the PSAs are hilarious as well.
Yeah.
And then you've got obviously lots of non-Motu stuff as well that you.
Yeah, that's Mr. Spock combined with Optimus Prime, but done in like a 1950s kind of invasion, aliens and robots style.
Yeah,
that one looks brilliant.
That's rad. Yeah. I mean, I'd happily have that framed and put on my wall, man.
Yeah,
I want to see the movie. I want to see like the Leonard Nimoy mixed with Prime voice, like that's like what's that? That Leslie Leslie was it Forbidden Planet and the Day the Earth Stood Still and that kind of thing.
Right.
That's so good.
This one's really random. I did a whole bunch. Phil's to blame for these ones because I did those wrestling ones where I was trying to come up with an Aussie icon, a New Zealand one. I'm like, well, Vegemite versus Marmite, obviously. And I've got 20 or 30 different variants of this. Some of them are kind of comic booky. Some of them, I don't know why he's got the weird goggles, what's going on there, but I do like he's got the little kind of koala animals and the Vegemite looks cool. It's basically just Superman's costume. There.
Through your AI, I got to relive my rivalry with Phil.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
I
destroyed you tonight, Nagel.
I did that PCW and NCW as if it was like 70s wrestling commentary, like radio drama. And then I made like Phil and Zazel as if they were a tag team that were like best guys. No, faces, and they've broken up and become heels and gone on to be like singles guys.
I miss you, Phil. Let's get the band back together.
Let's do it.
Yeah, we might join up back together again.
Look at this cool guy.
It's pretty much Superman with Green Lantern, but it's like Captain Australia.
Or Captain Kangaroo, if it wasn't
Captain Kangaroo, yeah, there you go.
That's cool.
And there we go, New Zealand man, one for me. But the thing is that he's got one of the Australian stars in his glass there, the white star. I won't be having any of that.
AI, it'll put mixed up stuff. Even if you ask it for specific things, it'll mix up the wrong references. But it is like an action figure, which is I like. It's got the kind of textures of plastic and vinyl.
Yeah.
Speaking of legends, g'day Scotty. How are
Scotty.
you, mate? Hope he's not too. Have you seen him? He's got his new buzz cut now. So
yeah, he's probably wearing a beanie.
Hope he's keeping warm.
What annoys me about Scott is that he's a handsome man with or without hair, and it's just infuriating.
Yeah, it's rubbish, right? Not fair at all.
No, give some good looks to the rest of us.
Okay, we've got a few more slides of Jonny's to show. Now, these are a little bit more special, I think.
Does that mean demented?
That's
Here we go.
That's my usual thing.
We've got Aussie Skelly here.
Love it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's great.
Out.
Now, explain
Space
this.
Commander. That's Space Commander Skeletor. I did a video the other week because Space Commander commented on one of my Skeletor videos, and it gave me an idea, and I made one. I said, I'll do this next week. 10 minutes later, it was off.
Full bones.
Yeah.
Brilliant.
I'll use that. Bones.
Kimbo's in the house.
Hey, Kimbo.
Blue.
Kimbo, good to see you. I love the look of this.
Yeah, look how cool that is.
As Space Commander will tell you, too much eyes should be down more. So I'll keep that in mind next time.
Imagine getting critiqued through AI. Hey, don't forget to leave a like on this stream too. And if you're new to Phil's channel, subscribe to it.
Please, please. Here we go.
I've never seen this weird fella.
Oh,
Who have
man.
we got here?
Excellent.
I wish I looked that good.
Yes,
Where's my son?
buddies.
Yeah.
The weird thing is, I only put in a very generic description of an Australian man, so Jason must be fairly popular because I put an Australian man, ginger hair, with the beard and glasses, and it gave me this guy, and I'm like, well, he must be fairly popular.
I'm pretty generic. I'm going to grow my mustache out now just so I can recreate this.
I wanted to do a Phil, or I could probably do an Adam because you've got beard and glasses, but Phil, it's hard to do if you've got something.
I've got a generic. I've got a generic.
If you've got a Guess Who game, you can make an AI thing, but if you can't put in Guess Who, it's hard to do an image.
Yeah, we should do a MOTUesday Guess Who edition.
Yeah,
You definitely need to make another one of these with Zazel with Spycore. I think that has to happen. Has to.
Oh yeah,
I don't think I'll be laughing.
There we go.
we fast forwarded in time. Zazel's going to turn bad, I think.
Uh-oh, the heel turn. That's what happens, Phil. You sent me down a dark path.
This is another version of Zazel's MOTUesday figure, I think.
Well, I was trying to make this kind of image in the first place when it gave me the two with the Zazel and the skeleton. I thought that was too good, so I saved that one straight away.
Is this Zazel gone bad, or is this like a evil version of Gwildor? I can't tell.
Kelly gone good?
Love it.
Mum always said I had a face for radio.
Get onto Jonny's Instagram account. Get onto his YouTube channel. All of the links to his stuff is in the description. So go now. Come back. We'll be waiting for you. So go and subscribe to him.
Yeah, I think this has earned a subscription.
Simon,
Absolutely.
How are you, buddy? Good to see you. And so you do PSAs and things like that on your YouTube channel.
I do kind of like the PSAs are kind of a 50-50 split. If I do ones that are kind of like genuine, as in stuff they would do in that style, that are just like be a decent human being and don't mess with people. And I do ones that are completely bonkers about like the sexy muscle cars. If you drive them around, it's quite dangerous and they're out of control and like Fast and Furious style and all.
I love your Bobby Heenan ones. Those are hilarious, and it's a
Yeah,
dry humor too.
I came up with a new series today that I was trying to pair Skeletor up with another character for a buddy cop 80s action movie, buddy cop comedy, like your Lethal Weapon or like your Tango and Cash. And I thought, who can I put him with? I was trying out different ones, and I thought I'll try Bobby Heenan, and I did that one this morning. I called it Skeletor and the Brain, as an 80s buddy comedy, and it's got the angry black African American captain yelling at them, going, "Get out of here, you idiots, and back on the street." There's actually Samuel L. Jackson voice clone doing that part, and the voices work really well. And I'm kind of in love. Every idea you come up with that's fun, you kind of fall in love with for 5 minutes, and you're like, "Do I do some more?" And I'm like, I think I'm going to do one of those a week. So I really like the idea of that.
Yeah, I'm a big fan.
All right. So this screen has just popped up very quickly. So let's quickly move on then to Johnny's universe figure. So Jonny, you're clearly a fan of the Snake Men. I
like villains.
You like villains?
Yeah, me and old Mark / Boba Hicks, we're both heels.
All right. So you've given Adam the list of what you're after here. You actually gave us a lot more info as well. You created a file card.
The most information.
A lot of detail here for Adam to plow through.
As well.
Yeah, the most information I've ever gotten for a universe figure.
And it's based on the Ninja Turtles formula because I'm a Ninja Turtles fan. So
we're gonna get there.
So did this freak you out, Adam? The amount of detail that you had to work through, or was this like?
Well,
this is
I've always
what I need.
I've always been like, oh, I think it'll be neat that someone's giving me a vague idea, and I'm gonna get to be creative. And
sorry about that. I apologize.
No, it's good. And I'm like, it'll be like a surprise. I felt like this was an assignment where it's like, here's what I want. It better be good. Like almost like I was gonna get marked on it. So I need Jonny now to make sure he gives me a mark out of 10 to see what.
I can give you a 10 out of 10 if you read the very last line on that card there.
He must remain a stealthy boy. For
brilliant.
Yeah,
Jonny, do you want to just give us a brief summary of what you've got on the card here, in case anyone in the chat can't read it?
It's a snake man who wants to be on top and be like the big tough guy, but he's just a coward and he runs away from battle and uses stealth and assassination techniques. Is basically what's in there. Because I like the snake guys are like, troopers, like your bloody Cobra guys and your Transformers, Decepticons, Seeker jets. Like the snake guys are just cool as troopers in all variety of colors and shapes and sizes.
Yeah. All right. So based on all of that, let's see what Adam put together here. So here we go. Adam, you're going to walk us through it.
Oh, there's a cape. That's cool.
Yeah, well, you put in his description that he had a cloak of power.
Oh, I don't even remember that, to be honest.
Well, come on now. he said he had his accessories were a cloak of some kind of cloak of power and gauntlets that he put on. And so there wasn't really a snap-on gauntlet, so I just chose to paint those on. But we went with Rattlower's body, and then Cobra Khan's arms, and then Squeeze's head, and then King Hiss's feet, or legs, I should say. And then I gave him the classic Snake Man staff, which every Snake Man has to have. And then I gave him like Scareglow's cloak and kind of give it like a real royalness to it. Mm-hmm. And then we kind of gave him that the airbrushed look that your AI generated one had there. And so he comes together, I think, quite nicely.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts, Jonny? What do I get? What's the mark? And I feel I've never been this nervous about a
Pressure's on.
Can I give you 1 million out of a million? Because all the parts and the colors are awesome, but also the deco. I was just thinking about it, and this is going to take you back. That's the Sequest DSV underwater light shining down, refracting deco. That's what that is. It looks awesome. I love it.
Yeah.
I had a model kit as a kid that I lost. That's why I'm randomly thinking of that.
Yeah. Nailed it.
Look at him.
There he is.
Look at that. Outstanding.
Oh, yeah, that's
gorgeous.
brilliant.
And look at this little green snake thing on the belt bit in the middle. It looks awesome.
Yeah, I think if I had this as a kid, I would think he was not a he doesn't look like a cowardly figure though. I would think he was higher ranked than he is, right?
He's like trying to be on top. He's like a wrestler where he's like trying to be all attitude and style, and he's got the intro and he's coming out, but then it turns out he's just not very good when it comes to actually fighting.
Right. So who would voice him in the cartoon? Like what would his voice sound like? I think that would be
tricky.
That would be the one that would give away his cowardice. If it was like the same voice as
I know who would be the guy. What's the name? Is it Chris something who does Cobra Commander and Starscream?
Chris Latta.
Yeah, it'll be him. Because Starscream is, ultimately a coward, despite wanting to be and powering on top.
Yeah, I was thinking more like Snagglepuss. He's like, oh, come on.
Totally.
Nice.
I reckon we vote to change the name to Sequest Slash. And give him a teenager's voice, like what's his name from Sequest? What was that boy's name?
I don't know, but he's no longer a teenager.
No, well, he's no longer anything.
Yeah, you're right. Those colors really do pop.
Yeah, they do.
Awesome.
Yep.
Man, this second wave of universe figures is just home run after home run after home run.
We're getting there.
You're in your groove, Adam. You're in your groove, buddy.
I'm just every day.
Yeah.
I just wake up and I wait for the call from Mattel. It hasn't come yet, but I'm just waiting for it.
It's going to happen. After season 2. They're giving you 2 seasons worth to get your portfolio together.
I'm going to be able to walk in the door and say, I've got the first 47 figures ready to go, Mattel.
Yeah. Remember us little guys.
Yep.
Salacious Rummer's here. G'day, champ.
Oh, Ep.5 is here as well.
Ep.5 standing by.
Ep.5 as well. G'day, mate. Good to see you. Well, that is a 10 out of 10 figure, I reckon, Adam.
Yeah.
Absolutely awesome, mate. Yeah. So, a pass mark from you, Jonny?
Oh, I give it 500 million thousand out of 10.
Oh, well, that's far too good.
That's pretty good.
And
Jonny Jonny actually sent me a few pics of his snake collection today. So clearly, this is a passionate part of your.
I just put these all out yesterday. I mean, I've had them for months, but just yesterday, I put like that set out and all these guys and changed up the whole thing.
Yeah,
I love that buzz off with the snake head and arms.
Yeah,
I think I like them so much. I bought a second. I've got 2 of King Hiss now. I've got one that's still hanging on the wall, sealed, and this guy's just there. I've got him, and then the buzz off's just down there.
So here's your new Snake Mountain on display, then, eh?
Yeah,
this
is the place that I wanted more than Castle Grayskull because I'm like a heel villains guy. So give me a Megatron or a Cobra Commander or Skeletor or Evil Horde and all that. So I was really looking forward to this, and there was almost kind of rumors that they were going to cancel this bloody place. I was confident they were going to do it, but there was a bit of argy-bargy back and forth about what was happening with the line and Mattel. Now it's gone all pulled out of stores overseas and it's all bloody online and all that. So they almost didn't put this out. So I was so happy they did. I was so happy that Amazon didn't cancel my order like they did for some people.
Yeah. Now, what are your thoughts, Jonny, on the snake playset that's coming out, or was the Mattel Creations voting one?
Sorry, which one?
There was one that Mattel Creations did a fan vote total on, and then the unproduced snake playset one.
I haven't seen it. I only know you've got the what's that other bloody hangout? Looks like a forest that you did the ice version of, like that.
Oh, the Fright Zone.
Yeah, I'm not familiar with it. Tell me.
Oh, it was a Mattel Creations. It was like a vote last year. Remember they were going to do like the slime pit was one.
Yeah.
And then the attack track was an option, and then they voted on the snake temple that was never a thing, and so I'm
aware of the vote, but I don't know the snake temple even from the concept stuff. I mean, if it's in the Pixel Dan book, I might have flipped through it because I got that book, but otherwise I'm not familiar with it.
I think it was a Mattel Creations like original idea.
Right. And so it's original. It's not a vintage or concept.
No, it's not. It's never existed.
I'm definitely a concept art guy. I'm always looking at old stuff and what they did or didn't do. And
I look at your snake obsession here, and I'm like, if they're going to make a snake playset, I think Johnny's going to storm the gate.
Right. He'd be all over it. I love these troopers, the snake troopers here. I really want to get my hands on one or two of them.
At retail here, they're all bloody imports.
Are they? Yeah.
It would be interesting to design and print up a clip to go on the front to cover the horde symbol and have the Snake Man symbol on it.
Yes.
Cool.
I just think the whole concept
sounds like a go figure job.
The snake heads are forever looking upwards because they don't fit in the Android body.
They don't articulate. So let's get one here and pop them open.
Hang on,
They go like and that's it. They don't have a full articulation like the rest of the Origins line does. So he's just a little groove, and that's it. The thing that annoyed when they released these figures, they really should have given us the I mean, the body is the Horde Trooper. They should have given us the black head, which had already previously done as Mattel Creations, and given us both heads in a pack. Would have cost them virtually nothing. Then you could have had a black trooper or a snake guy, or kept this guy as a black trooper and put this head on one of the other generic snake heads or whatever. So I thought that was a bit. I like the figure, but I was a bit annoyed that they didn't give us the two heads.
I think season 3, I might be hating on the old snake trooper. I'll hold off for now.
I've got 3 of the Horde Troopers too, and the Horde Trooper in the silver is much nicer overall.
I agree. I love the trooper itself. I just don't love this.
I just wanted more snakes, and I missed out on a whole bunch of stuff I actually wanted to get because it's like Zazel in Australia. We pay a bloody arm and leg for everything, and then stuff doesn't come out here, and you got to get an import, or you just don't get it at all, and it costs stupid amounts.
It would be neat to get King Hiss up on a podium like Mussolini, and all the snake soldiers looking up at him, like, what next?
You can only look up, mate. Just you might as well look up.
Yeah.
Hey, so just going back a couple of steps. So VTR, Dave here is asking what technology you use for your creations.
I use a couple of different ones, but the one that's got most of the images you see in today's episode, if you look up Bing AI, which is Microsoft, it has a particular art suite or what I forget which one, because you got Dali and Chat this, and like every other week, man, on Google News there's some other bloody thing coming up. I can't keep track of them. If you go and just look up Bing AI or Bing AI art image generator, which is and you need a Microsoft account, which is free to create. If you use that, you can create some really cool stuff.
Is it easy for like a technophobe like me to use? Like I usually freak. Like when I first started using StreamYard, I completely freaked out.
I'm a video gamer. I've never been a PC guy. I don't play games on PC. Play console games in my life. Never been terribly technologically savvy. Like when I was 10, my granddad used to come over and go, "Can you program a VCR? It's flashing 12 o'clock all the time." And I'm like, I could work it out. That's about my level of technological sophistication, is pressing a button on the VCR. And if you can if you can press some buttons on the keyboard or your phone, you can go on the Bing AI and say, create some prompts or some images. You can try doing stuff like Skeletor or Scooby-Doo. Some stuff's copyrighted and won't let you do it. but sometimes you can phrase it in a different way. And being a writer, I've got a fairly big lexicon, so I just think up different words, different descriptions.
The lexicon is a great
won't
tool.
let you make Stone Cold Steve Austin. Just go, I want a bald, bald guy in black trunks and black, what do you call them, boots and whatever, and it'll make something. So you just think of really generic.
Goldberg.
Yeah.
Hey, Jonny, I think you might need a few more Skeletors, mate. I don't think you've got quite enough here.
I was so annoyed. I took this photo because when I got my Snake Mountain out, I had 4 different tubs in the lounge and the boxes are piled up and I got to put away again tomorrow because I was swapping around what was in, what was out. And I thought, oh, good, I've got one with Skeletors I couldn't find the other week when I took a photo thinking it was all the Skeletors. I took this and I went, I missed 3, and they're right there. They're right there. So I missed 3 of them.
This is a Skelehorde.
A Skelehorde, yeah.
The
what's on the screen, and never mind that I swapped the head. Here's the other 3 that I forgot to put in there.
Let's not me.
Oh, hello, Phil.
G'day, guys.
Skeletor.
There we
It's
go.
lucky
I'm the
Phil.
Never mind, I've swapped
I'm
it.
Filator, not
It was
Skeletor.
the Filmation one, and that's your that's a man-at-arms body with the Caldor 2-pack like accessories, and then it's got the 2002 head, and that's the 2002 figure and armor, but with the Caldor 2-pack jeweled head. But they've got the capes and all that, and it makes like 3 distinct, very different looking Skeletors as far as the parts, the body colors, and the heads and all that.
Beautiful.
Brilliant.
Man, that's a pretty healthy collection of figures you got in the background there as well, buddy. You've got them stacked in there.
Transformers and Amiibos and Batmans, and there's Sting hanging above my head, NWO style.
Nice.
Joe Ricardo's in the chat.
Yo, Joe.
I'm starting to get a little bit behind. There's a lot happening in the chat. He is too.
Oh yeah.
Look at that.
Long time no see, Joe. Good
It
to
is
see you, buddy.
officially a party now.
Hey.
Oh, you know what, Joe? Joe recently hung out with our buddy Gaz. Those two got together for a bit of a catch up.
Nice.
Oh, seriously?
Living our dreams.
Couple of legends.
The
Beautiful.
Skeletor, if you go back to that Skeletor picture for a second, Phil,
Will do.
the one at the bottom wearing the Slamurai top with the white boots, he looks like the undead version of Hulk Hogan from No Holds Barred when he was ripped.
Yeah.
So Ed's asking, do you get most? A fellow Aussie is asking, do you get most of your stuff from Amazon, Jonny, or?
Well, we get virtually nothing at retail here, so probably 90% of my figures came off Amazon Australia, which is just shipping stuff out of America, just the front end. Otherwise, eBay, which sometimes there's import stores that get stuff here, like eBay sellers. But again, they're importing from America, so they're paying on average 50 Australian per figure. And for context, a Marvel Legends costs 40 Australian dollars, and the actual retail is 25 Australian dollars for a Motu Origins.
Yeah, bananas.
Can I do a custom someday of Zazel's most hated figures? So that'd be Stinkor,
Yes.
Spikor, and the Trooper.
Yeah.
Would be a Stinky Spike Trooper would be his name.
Done.
And I don't think I can do that for legal reasons.
Beautiful.
If
All right.
the spikes like fired out at you, and then when they hit you, they'll make you stink and like smells come off.
Stinky snake armor is another word for a no, never mind.
Hey, fellas, I want to go around the table here. Ask you guys, who is your favorite out of the Snake Men? I'm pretty partial to old Tongue Lasher. He's my favorite of the Snake Men.
Yeah, but he's a frog.
I love a bit of a tongue lashing. So yeah, he's my favorite. I like the colors of him as well. How about you, Adam? You got a favorite of the Snakies?
Well, does Cobra Khan count, even though he wasn't like an official Snake Man?
He's in Johnny's slide, so he must do.
He's retroactively in there.
Yeah, so he would be my favorite, but if I had to pick from the actual Snake Men, it would be King Hiss. I love that figure so much.
Okay. Yep. Zazel?
I want to say hi to Gaz, who's in the chat real quick.
Oh,
Come kiss buddy. I also want to say that the concept of the snake man is well, not the worst thing in Motu. We already know my opinion on that. But I think the reason why I really enjoy Skeletor's army is that it's such a mixed bag. And I know the argument could also be said for the Horde, but then you kind of got in the Horde, like double ups. So you look at like Beastman and Grizzlor and so forth and so on. Go on, give me a second one if you can name them all. Don't just give me one. Give me more. I can't think off the top of my head. Plus many more.
You can have like Leech and Cobra Khan are kind of similar.
Right. Thank you. See. Oh, it wasn't just the one and done.
I got you.
Thanks, buddy. Thanks. Appreciate it. But I don't hate the Snake Man. I just think that it's just much of the same. I will say the one. Which one's the one with the eyes coming out? The snake eyes again. That's
Snake
face. He's too short.
Snake face.
Yeah, he's got those rumble legs.
What's the guy with the snake face?
yeah.
The snake face. I'm going to go with. My problem with King Hiss is that what's the point? What's the point of having an alternate form? Because once you've given up that alternate form, no one's going to believe it again, right?
So when I got my King Hiss as a kid, for what seemed like weeks, I had him playing a dual role where like he was the human character, then he'd like go off on an adventure and be the snake guy and come and like attack, and no one noticed he had the same pants. So it was a slow burn for He-Man to figure it out when I was a kid.
But I guess if I can make a long story short, and I know you guys wish that I would, I'm going to go with. I don't even. No, they all suck. maybe Cobra Khan because he's technically a Skeletor guy.
Yeah.
All right. And how about you, Jonny?
Well, my favorite one, and I'll just check with my expert, the Macho Man. It could be this purple guy,
Nice,
or the red maroon guy in the origin. There's kind of a tie on these two. Rattlaw and Tongue Lasher, both awesome, great colors. The head they reused off this guy for the green snake trooper, but he also comes with the extending yellow neck. Doesn't have the gimmick on the vintage one where he still has the rattle, but doesn't have the flicking out gimmick, which is a bit of a miss. They could have done that. But these guys are kind of my favorites from the snake guys. Just the great colors, great sculpts. They're beautiful.
yeah, that'd be my top two as well, I think.
But we can agree that Tongue Lasher isn't a snake, right?
Yeah, he's like a newt or whatever, or
Yeah, he's like a salamander.
That's the one.
No, he's a frog.
No, you're right, salamander. I just couldn't think of the word.
Salamander. He's got those three toes.
All frogs have 3 toes. Salamanders have 4.
Just because you've got 3 toes, Hazel, don't make fun of Adam about it. Those choices.
Yeah, fair enough. Yeah, Jake the Snake Roberts, that one. There, thank you, Scott. I'm going to go with the Masters of the WWE Universe, Jake the Snake. I actually really like the figure so much.
Figure.
It's
That's
so
the
good.
King
I
never
never displayed
King Hiss years ago with that figure.
Zazel, you got to stop doing that, buddy. Every time we ask you for your favorite vintage He-Man figure, you crack out a WWE Universe figure. It's reminiscent of somebody else who used to do a similar thing. You can't just always make up your own rules, buddy.
Well, now there's an Andre Krang. That's got to be the best figure ever.
Yeah, true. Word.
And look at Joe Ricondo here, the biggest GC out there. He's just jumped back into MOTUesdays, and here he is trying to give away all of his figures again. Anyone overseas that needs a Cyclone, hit me up. I'll be receiving some extras. No upcharge, just shipping. What a legend.
Joe Ricondo is the kindest man I've ever met. Hands down.
Mm-hmm.
Guy's a legend.
Absolute legend. All right. Yeah, there's a lot going on in the chat here. So Nodsy is also Rattler and Tongue tongue lasher.
Tongue laser.
Retro is me. Tongue lasher is my fave, followed by Ratlaw. I can dig that.
I'm gonna make a tongue laser figure from Universe next week.
Perfect.
Figure out what that looks like.
Excellent.
Tongue laser.
Frogman. I guess we're talking about tongue lasher there.
See, told you.
There we go, Joe. Ed will grab a Cyclone if possible.
I wonder
What
if
a-
Cyclone in the Origins line is going to have the same legacy as Cyclone in the Vintage line. Every time I see a bin of vintage Motu, it's at least half Cyclones.
Mm.
Yeah, I don't like the colors of Cyclone. It's too, I don't know. He looks too much like a clown, a Ronald McDonald or something. He looks goofy. I don't know.
He would
not-
blend
he's not
in
my favorite.
perfectly though, like a Predator in the Marvel superheroes training center playset. It was just yellow, blue, and red,
Yeah,
and he would just blend in there.
You're saying yellow, blue, and red? Is that the colors of Space Commander?
Well, no, that's yellow, gray, and orange.
Well,
There's a
I'll
lot
shut
of
up.
love in the chat for Tongue Lasher and Rattler. They seem to be the two most popular.
Yeah, I'm hoping to find a variant Rattler when I go to Joe Fest this year, the redneck one. I figured it'd be easier to find a redneck
Does it
one
come with a
down
banjo?
in the southern states.
I really need one in Southern States. Very good. There you go, Ed. Hit Joe up. He'll try and sort you out.
Good on you, Joe.
Good on you. Good on you, Joe.
Sticking with the snakies, did you guys see these new figures that were
Whoa, I haven't seen that.
released?
He's got a claw.
Yeah, so this is Lord Grasp. I think these are already. I saw on Instagram that these sort of sold out, within 15 minutes or something ridiculous.
And these are all concept art from the vintage line. These were going to be figures in the vintage line.
Right. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. So
This one looks pretty cool.
So go back for a second, Phil, to the big picture of this guy.
yeah.
The painted lips on that head look. So there was a movie came out in like 89 or 90 starring Rowdy Piper. And it was called Hell Goes to Frogtown.
Yep.
And the leader of Frogtown looked just like this guy. So all I can see when I look at this figure is Hell Goes to Frogtown. But if you paired it with your Masters of the WWE Rowdy Piper, you could have a Hell Goes to Frogtown playset.
Mm.
I'd like this figure, but give me like the Fisto instead of the claw, and the other guy, the chopping guy. Give me that chopping gold hand instead of the claw. They're awesome.
Yeah. People, a lot of love for.
It's essentially Clawful's claw, isn't it? Right?
Yeah,
It's
it is. It's just repainted colors. I recognize it.
But
right
that doesn't
away.
make sense to me to have a claw on a snake. I don't get that.
No, it doesn't.
Well,
No, it's
there is
crossing
gonna
the
grow.
species. It's a genetic hybrid. It's Jurassic Park.
Yeah.
This is where we draw the line, is it, Adam? This is where we draw
Yes.
the line. Yeah.
Well, we're going to get to a line being drawn soon. But one more thing about Hell Goes to Frogtown. I have it on DVD because I love it. But it's so cheaply made that when the DVD menu comes up, it says Strat Movie. They spelled start incorrectly.
Hey,
Oh,
Sonny.
man.
Good to see you. Welcome.
Hey,
welcome.
Johnny!
So there's a little bit of information about this dude. An evil strategist with a snake man. He answered to King Hiss and led them against the heroic warriors. Lord Grasp comes with a detachable cape, a snake man shield, a serpent entwined staff, with his deadly capture claw and 16 articulated joints. He's ready for evil action moves and display poses. And sold out within 15 minutes, apparently.
Right.
As figures do. That's helpful.
And then they
I
brought
saw
out
this one.
this
It's
guy
nice.
as well. Now this looks like a universe. I think they're starting to steal ideas off you, Adam. You've got
Probably.
looks
They
like
already
you've got,
did one like this in the old classics, like purple whiplash thing.
isn't that
Yeah.
Mosquito's boots there?
Yeah,
on the
his
bottom?
weird boots.
Yeah, Trapjaw's clip-on weapons and stuff.
Yeah,
but he
see, I
only
don't
comes
like-
with an open.
There's a lot going on here.
I like the look of him, but I think taking Trap Jaw's gimmick and giving it to somebody else doesn't
Yeah,
quite work.
Only Steve Austin can have it. That's the rule.
That's
Correct.
the rule.
Yeah.
It was a shit show, according to Joe. A shit show getting these figures.
You're right, Joe.
Explain to me the Snake Man's snake stick thing. What is that supposed to be?
Like a serpent
It's a
staff.
staff from the. It's that Greek staff, like the medicine thing with the coiling snake around the what's it? Ask Adam.
Right,
You
but
wanna-
is the snake part of the weapon, or is it just a snake that's attached to the weapon?
No, I think it's part of the
No,
weapon.
I think
Yeah,
you're
no.
right, Chris. They're starting to steal Adam's ideas here. I don't like the looks of this. Adam, you got to start copywriting your stuff, buddy.
So to me, I don't mind the Trapjaw arm, but give him different attachments. Like give him some snake handling attachments or something. Like make it uniquely him as opposed to just Trapjaw's 3 attachments. That's lazy to me.
I think give him a completely different arm because it makes no sense.
Yes.
It's like he's a Terminator or something. He's a Terminator Snake Man Whiplash thing.
Give him no
Is that
arm.
Whiplash's head? Or is that one of
No.
two bears? Two heads?
It's Whiplash's head.
It's Whiplash's head, yeah.
Yeah.
Because they did that same. They did a version of this purple thing in the classics from that channel that I don't mention from the guy who's always predicting the end of Motu.
Okay, so what have we got about this guy here? The alien terror landed on Eternia eons ago. He took on the combined form of many warriors, creating a grotesque body. Recruited by Lord Grasp to join the Snake Men, he became their secret weapon. Terror has both legs and a tail, metallic loincloth and boots, and terrifying white teeth inside a head that comes with a neck extension. A glossy snake logo on his belt marks him as an ally of the Snake Men.
I
don't know
the
about
claw
the
out.
loincloth.
I love that they in his story made sure that that his logo was glossy.
Yeah.
I'm loving this. How about some barbecue tongs?
Yeah, perfect.
I always do my barbecue thong when I cook.
Yeah, Sonny's not a fan of these two figures either.
Yeah.
I don't mind the purple and the extending neck, but like give him a better arm, like a claw, or give him some other arm or
Or
something.
even
Some
like
defense
Roboto's arm. Like give him a robot
Yeah,
arm.
give him a robot arm. I'm okay with that. That one's just too skeletal or too Terminator without the flesh on it.
One
Yeah.
flesh hand.
Yeah. Rob Vegas would not be impressed. Actually, he's got one flesh hand. He'll be all right. He'll be okay.
No, but like have his robot arm with just a regular flesh hand on the end.
Give him a foam finger. Support Hulk Hogan and Macho Man.
That's right. He loves 80s wrestling. This
He does.
terror.
Hey guys, I've just had a bit of a word in my ear that there may be some breaking news coming to us. So just everyone hold fire here. We'll cross over to Reporter.
MOTUesday Action News. News Reporter. There's dumplings and drama down in Eternos Valley here at the Harmony Sea Eternianese restaurant today. Just a few hours ago, the whole area was swarming with Royal Guardsmen, ready to serve up a heapin' helping of police justice. Their suspect, the mysterious criminal known only as Mustache. The mustachioed menace has made his name over the last few months with a series of dine and dash crimes in almost every dining establishment in Eternos. His calling card, a mustache drawn on the bill. At approximately 1 p.m., the Royal Guard received a tip-off that the notorious Dine and Dasher was eating lunch at the establishment. They swiftly sprang into action, descending on the valley to apprehend the subject. They caught the alleged criminal mastermind unawares and had him in custody within minutes, although he did not go quietly.
Minute, you assured me that I could
Sit
speak.
down inside the car. We're not assuring anything. You're under arrest.
Look, I'm under what? Gentlemen, this is Democracy Manifest. Have a look at the headlock here. See that chap over here? Get your hands off my... Why did you do this to
You're
me?
under arrest.
For what reason? What is the charge? Eating a meal? A succulent Eternianese meal?
Hop in the car.
Oh, that's a nice headlock, sir. Oh,
Hop in the car.
ah, yes, I see you know your judo
Just
well.
get in the car.
Good one. How dare you? Get your hands off me.
Oh, shut him up and get him in the car.
Ta-ta and farewell.
In the peak of lunch hour, there was no shortage of witnesses to the spectacle.
Well, I just started eating me entree when all of a sudden the cops burst in and dragged old mate away. Almost dropped me dim sim. When I first heard the commotion, at first I was all angry-eye, you know. I like the peace and quiet. But then I saw the guards and I was all like, whoa, dude, it's kicking off.
I'm just glad they finally caught the guy. The way he was behaving, playing it up to the cameras, though, that guy needs a good fist in the head.
The Royal Guard have Moustache in custody and have taken him to the castle for processing. They have yet to release a statement or any more information. The exact identity of Moustache is still unknown, but hopefully with his arrest, we will finally have some answers, and the business owners of Eternia will finally have at the very least a small serve of justice. I'm news reporter of MOTUesday Action News. Back to you.
Could I just get a number 7 to go?
So I made a crucial mistake with that. I thought, okay, we're going to cut to the news. It'd be a great time to take a drink and clear my throat. And as I was drinking, I heard, there's dumplings in drama, and lost my mind. And nearly choked to death.
I laughed to the point of tears.
You were in fits. I could see you on camera, Zazel.
Backstage when this was happening, I was like, I know this setup. I've heard this before.
Yeah.
It sounds vaguely familiar. And then it went right into it, and I almost fell off my chair. I leaned back so much, I laughed until I couldn't breathe. I had tears and everything. That was the best. Well done, Nate. That was brilliant. I love it.
Also, I love those.
If anyone hasn't seen the real news, that's based on a real news report of a man being arrested. If you haven't seen that, check it out, because it actually will add even more value to Retro Tinker's little video there. Oh, my chest hurts. I laughed so hard. Oh,
hilarious.
That news story went viral in New Zealand as well at the time. So reporter was a little bit worried that maybe the Americans may not get the reference there, but definitely for the Aussies out there, you definitely know where he's going with that. Outstanding.
That was the best use of Triclops' 3 eyes in the history of Motu lore.
Yeah, that's great.
Yeah.
At first I was like angry, then I was like, whoa.
All right, so Retro Tinker knows what it's all about. So he's saying, Google Democracy Manifest or succulent Chinese meal. It's worth it. Get your hand off my... Yeah.
I like the moustache on the skeletal. That was the best.
Yeah.
Oh, brilliant.
But guys, I have a theory. Can I tell you my theory?
Oh, please do.
If you noticed, yes, Skeletor was wearing a ridiculous mustache, but there was also a mustache on
mustache.
There's a mustache on Nate's vintage Man-at-Arms. I think the whole thing is a setup.
It's a setup.
I think it's a setup. I think it was Man of Arms, and Skeletor being
TGC, good to see you, buddy.
How are you, T?
Well, the news is definitely becoming a highlight of our MOTUesdays. Absolutely brilliant stuff. And
Nate's putting up clips on his channel now too. If you want to check out his news.
Good point. Yeah, if you just want to check out the news, head over to the Retro Tinker. He's managed to get the news stories from Reporter and put them up on his channel. So definitely go and check out the Retro Tinker. At the Bake Off, you mean
last week's one? It was at some kind of market, and the guy was down on all fours. And what?
Outstanding,
brilliant.
All right. So Jonny, I know like Motu is a big one for you, but also you are a massive TMNT guy as well.
Oh yes, I'm surrounded by them.
Yeah.
They're closing in, Phil. Send help.
What would be your first pick if you had to drop one of the lines? Would you keep all of your Motu figures, or would you keep all of your Ninja Turtles?
So Of things that are coming out now, or just of everything ever since I was born?
Just everything ever since
Oh man,
God
that's a
created
hard
them.
question. Okay, so my all-time favorite figures that I started buying at 8 years old and cycling. Well, what my mate Chris used to say, getting on the old treadly and going across town, 3 weeks of pocket money.
Yeah.
And I bought General Trag and Baxter Stockman and Raphael and whatnot. My all-time favorite line is the vintage Ninja Turtles line. It was those toys, the cartoon.
Yeah.
I hadn't seen the comics then. Since then, I've read like every Ninja Turtles comic in existence, right up to the modern day.
Yeah.
So that's my all-time favorite line of anything. But the thing I didn't have that poor kids couldn't afford was bloody Transformers. So I've got a lot of Transformers.
You had me on your. You do a Well, you were doing a Was it Monday Mutant Madness?
Monday Mutant Madness, which is
yeah.
inspired by the Tuesday thing we're doing now.
We inspired you. Look at that.
Get the word salad. Yeah, no, I did. I didn't want to compete. I don't want to go on a Tuesday. I thought, what can I do on a Wednesday or a Monday? I thought Monday Madness. And I'm doing more of those, but each one is basically a like figure specific episode, and I've got like 50, 100 figures I'll get through in the next 2 years.
Nice.
But also I do like
file cards and stuff.
Yeah, also I do like actual guest talks when people are available, but it's 2, 3, 4 months apart when people are available, sort of thing. But I get my favorite modern one
available to talk
right now is the Origin. Sorry,
you are available.
Available to talk some mutants
whenever
you want to on a Monday.
Yeah, you can talk about some mutants anytime, man.
Adam, you're a TMNT fan as well, right? You like Ninja Turtles? Yeah.
My overall favorite modern line is the Origins stuff, but my favorite line from when I was a kid is the Ninja Turtles. But the Origins is a vintage style line that I never got to have any of as a kid. I mean, I had one He-Man and a Skeletor I found in the park, but I called it a dirty Skeletor because it was all beaten up and some kid had left it for a week in a park, and I found it was the battle damaged one, so it was appropriate.
Dirty old Skelly. Oh god!
If you go on Urban Dictionary, it's still on there. Dirty Skeletor. I put it on there several years ago.
That sounds like one of those. What is it called? Urban Dictionary.
Yeah.
That's
the one.
I put it on there a few years ago, and it stayed on there. There's Dirty Skeletor.
Brilliant. So I thought if we had Jonny on the show tonight, I thought we have to have a look at the Turtles of Grayskull line. So I think amongst us MOTUesday boys, we've got various opinions about this line. I think some of us love it, some of us hate it, some of us like some of it.
I thought I would hate it.
You thought you'd hate it?
But it didn't end up that way.
Oh, hang on, I'll bring you up again, Jonny. What are you showing off?
That's Donatello. I picked it
up. I think that's one of the best ones that they've brought out so far. I think that's still one of the highlights. Here we go. Look at him. He's an animal.
Free now. It's free.
Donatello.
He's out and proud about his scientific achievements and his man of arms.
Yeah.
But yeah, I got the first wave in the first 4, but then they got all of the exclusive nonsense. I couldn't get the Trapjaw one because it was like bloody $100.
Yeah.
So there we go. We've just seen Jonny rip open his. And I'll bring you up again, buddy. What do you got?
That guy's pretty awesome. I really like this guy, the mutated He-Man. He's just like a weird. I didn't know that the plastic's actually transparent, only if in a very bright light, and that the legs and the body are the same, but the arms, they're like I don't know, Hulk Hogan style. They're actually new sculpted arms that are big, massive pythons that are different from the regular Origins He-Man arms. But that figure I like a lot. It's very fun.
I wonder if they're the same as Andre the Giant's arms.
I don't know, because I've only got Kane from that line, and that's it. That's the only one I ever picked up.
I had to go and bring it up again. Sorry, Adam. Always bringing in the marbles of the WWE.
Always just doing your own thing.
The Origins was awesome.
So those ones that you have in hand, Jonny, that's the Wave 1 figures, right?
Yeah, I've just ordered Wave 2 today, which includes this guy that I don't actually want. I don't need another bloody Beast Man. I want to get the Turtles characters sort of thing.
Yeah, I think I prefer the ones which are the turtle characters. The turtles in the Motu world are the ones that I sort of.
I don't need like a third Beast Man and a third whatever they've already got.
Hmm.
Yeah. Fellas, what do you think of this Beast Man? We like the looks of this, or
rinse and repeat for you, Adam. I think for this whole thing.
Or whatever. Why is he a samurai?
Adam with the shake of the head.
I just hate it so much.
This particular figure was just the entire line, Adam.
I hate that some guys sat in a room and they're like, there's these 40-year-old guys out there right now buying all the Motu stuff we put out there and all the Ninja Turtle stuff we put out there. What if we just did them together? And then some other guys like, well, that doesn't make any sense. They're not even the same. It's like, they won't care. They're going to buy it anyways. These guys are ridiculous. And then they did it, and then we bought it. And it just drives me crazy. This makes no sense.
So I have a feeling that, this might be common knowledge, or I might have just made it up, where I believe that they're making a Soul Ninja Turtle line not crossed over with He-Man, but they're using this same body, so the same sort of body structure. And they did a similar thing with the Masters of the WWE Universe, where then afterwards they started doing their own wrestling stuff. So I wonder if that's the only way to do it. Like they go, you can use this sort of body, but let's do a mix first before you start using it.
The Masters of the WWE Universe was a test run for Motu Origins.
Well, I'm saying that they brought out the wrestling stuff now though with the same body.
Yeah, so they did both, but that crossover was that was like, there's enough crossover that we can sell these for sure. And then they did well enough that they did the Origins line, and then they did the Superstars line, which is fine. But again, like I've been on record where the Masters of the WWE Universe doesn't make sense to me. I'm like, I feel like they're just taking our money and we're not being smart about it, and we're just like giving in.
I agree.
How can you deny this? How can you deny this?
Well, that was
Dave agrees with you, Adam.
Like you, Sergeant Spiker. Okay.
There's a few mixed comments in the chat. It looks like it's a sort of love-hate thing going on here. You either love it or you hate
the law was nonsense. The wrestling Motu, but I will say that the wrestling figures have had crossovers and bizarre figures for 20 years now. They've had like the stupid ninja.
Right.
They already had wrestler Ninja Turtles one because I've got a Macho Man. No, I've got the Sting Raphael. Right. And they did like sweaty ones that were like the Hulk. They were sweaty and other stupid stuff.
Yeah. And
I think this is a 5 out of 10. It's not bad, but it's not great.
Well, you can take the parts of the Beast Man, use it for something else, and it's just a Beast Man. And he's a feral Beast Man. He's not going to have any bloody discipline or follow a master or be a samurai.
So that's right. What you just said,
Johnny.
What you just said is my biggest beef with even the Motu Origins line is that we're at such a point now where we're like, oh, if you buy the Skeletor Origins of Evil 2-pack and then get a second release Skeletor, you can take those two, put them together, and create a really good Skeletor. It's like I don't want to buy a figure just to take his parts apart. Just give me a good toy.
Like I took the parts of the Kane and I got this cape with the Ultimate Warrior from that Motu Origins, and I put the cape on the Kane because it was red, and I bought the Warrior because it was on sale, and I pulled Warrior apart, and I made a He-Man, but he's got the Warrior armbands and the white like underoos and all that because I've got the wrestling ring of the Motu. So I put them in there. I didn't actually buy it for the Warrior figure. I didn't care about.
Right.
Nate kind of brings up an interesting point though. So I know Nate's I'd hate to say it, Nate's a few years younger than me, but he's kind of saying like for someone like him who was a little bit young maybe for Motu when it came out, and he was more in the TMNT era. These kind of fit the bill a bit more for him. So I can kind of see where he's going with that.
The last thing I'll say, and then I'll get off my soapbox, is
I knew you would, Adam. It's all good, buddy.
And then he gets assassinated.
I think it's because I love Motu and TMNT, but specifically Motu so much. Like I love it so much that when we see stuff like this, they're telling us this is gonna add to our collection and add to our love for things. And really what it does is it waters it down and it dilutes the pureness of what Motu is and what Turtles is. And you get these like weird crossovers. And like Motu is such perfect lore as it is. Morning, Ratface. Even with like the movie and all the different continuity stuff you see, it's still this perfect world. And then when you start adding this kind of stuff, and I just feel like it cheapens the whole brand.
I agree with you, Adam. I feel like there's a lot of laziness in modern figures. They did Ninja Turtles, Cobra Kai, garbage. They did Ninja Turtles, Power Rangers, garbage. But the comic is worth reading, but the figures were just stupid. And when I announced Ninja Turtles Motu, I thought this is also going to be garbage, and I just ignored it. And then I did reluctantly buy it because I'm just a Ninja Turtles freak. I've got the Knickers, Super 7 vintage, and I'm just a sucker for Ninja Turtles stuff.
Yeah,
I do like the look of this guy more than Beastman, though. Like I can see where they're going.
He looks
here
like a new character with armor.
Yeah.
So this is just Ram Man with some mutagen on him. Is that what the story?
I think this is clever.
And it's got transparent plastic like that He-Man, I think.
I think it is. But the thing about Ram Man is that this is what I imagine should have been a crossover between Masters of the Universe and Ninja Turtles. Is that you mutate the human characters into appropriate animals. So Ram Man with armor. Right. So I like it. I like this one.
It's more like the Batman Ninja Turtles animated movie and comics they did, because there they had the mutagen and they had mutated versions of like Batman's Rogue's Gallery and all that. And like if they'd done more like this on the line, it would have made more sense.
Yeah, I like it.
Yeah, I'm with Nodsy here. Beastman is just Beastman with
exactly.
armor on. There's nothing mutated there. Yeah.
So if you want to make your own samurai figure and pull the armor off, and you've got an extra Beastman like the DC Comics, where it was just a whole race of Beastmen.
They should have mutated Beastman to an even more feral state.
Give him 5 heads or something and a purple leg.
Done.
Purple leg with one shoe.
Get out of here with the one shoe.
Make Zazel happy. Now, but to really make Zazel happy, you've got to have one shoe, purple leg, and then give him a spiky hand.
I want to make a Punky Brewster Brave Star. A Punky Brave Star.
Yeah, the G.I. Joe Transformer crossover makes a lot more sense to me, because there were comics and there was a story behind it, right? It came from something. So
they're not turning Snake Eyes into a Transformer like they did with those transforming Star Wars figures, where all of a sudden Chewbacca could be the Millennium Falcon. Hey, Grayson's here.
There's my boy.
Oh, here we go. Flying Grayson.
Legend right there. He's getting pumped up for Joe Fest this year.
Here we go.
Yo, Joe.
We've got Raf here. Is this another Ram? This looks like Ram Man.
Yeah, but
again.
why does he have
a Ram Man? A Ram Man Raf.
Because Raphael is headstrong.
Yeah, that's definitely what they're going for there. Yeah.
Yeah.
Now I will say with this particular figure, I hate it.
Adam.
I love that Adam hates it.
Yeah. The on the left there, the is that a screw on? What does Raf have? The size?
Yeah.
Yeah. Is it like a Fisto size sort of thing going on there?
Yeah, I think his weapons are pretty appropriate here, because this figure, I see it, I go,
The other missed opportunity of this line is you can take the shells off the back and become a shield, which is kind of cool. But when you take them off, they just look like weird, naked, bootleg 80s green men from like Remco or something. Like they should have made them so you could take the parts off and just have a Motu Ninja Turtle.
Hey, Kenny.
Kenny.
Yeah, the Leo. Have you got the Leo figure from Wave 1, Johnny? Because that
Yeah,
looked
he's on the
pretty.
wall up here. He's up here. He's got blue armor.
I couldn't even
grab
tell
it.
who he was trying to be. Like it's just Leo with samurai wear on.
Yeah.
I
It's
couldn't see the
generic.
I couldn't see the
It
crossover
looked
there at
fine,
all.
but I honestly don't know. It just says Heroic Ninja Turtle leader, and he's got like just generic. I mean, let's get him out of there. Destroy the card, why not?
I think Johnny just like hammer fists it to open it up.
Yeah.
Hulk style, Hulk smash.
Now you can combine both of his swords to make a power sword,
bits
right?
that are generically like Man at Arms armor bits or Beast Man armor bits, and he's got swords that are extra big for no particular reason.
Yeah, I'm not sold on Leo.
I think it looks fine, but I don't know what's going on with the armor.
But if you put those swords together, it makes a power sword, right? Like that's the gimmick.
I don't know. Let's find out.
One way to find out, Johnny.
Do you want to see the rest of the Hulk style where you don't cut the thing?
Yeah, just
like this.
break the cord in front of us. I love that.
And he's out like that.
Hey-o.
So there's the swords. Let's see if I can get them out without breaking them. There we go. They're strong enough. Plastic's fairly soft, but we'll Hulk style. Okay, so
I think it's because we got Geek Strong in the chat that you're
one
Geek
of them.
Strong.
Don't do that at home.
Uh-oh.
They're pretty horrible. That's really, really cheap generic plastic. And yes, Adam's right. They've got some kind of clips or something in here. I'm going to have to super glue the hilt of that because I've just busted to get it. Honestly, this is a piece of shit sword. Don't even bother. I'm going to put it in the tub, not even bother with it. Yeah, you're right. Look, they're clips together. But it's just, they're so thin. They're like not even half a bloody... Like, yeah, they're garbage. Look, I mean, there's Skeletor's Filmation style sword. And that, look, I can go like that. That's fine. But this, look, watch this. Oh, that's crap.
I knew Adam would be loving this.
Yeah, no, these are good. I'm going to rush out and buy them all right now.
Adam's going to be
he's got
all
a big
of these and
pizza
then
fork to hold his pizza. Okay.
That's what it is.
Do you think Leonardo lifts that sword above his head and he says, I have the turtle power?
No.
I have the pizza.
Right.
He's like, sorry, lads, I'm going home.
Yeah.
And we all know that Gaz is the smartest man amongst us. So he's saying the crossover that will break the bank for us all is the He Smurf and the Masters of the Smurfverse.
Yeah.
That's the one that's going to be the winner.
I would buy that. If they were Smurfs cosplaying as Masters of the Universe, I'd buy that. Other way around? Nah.
Yeah, I think I'm generally with Geek Strong here. I think they look pretty cool to look at, but yeah, unnecessary. And yeah, I don't think my toy collection's not going to be missing much by not having them. But each to their own.
I think it would make your toy collection less cool, Phil.
They're no Super Sentai Ninja Turtles, that's for sure.
I love that we are adults sitting here debating whether or not we're going to buy a toy.
Oh, there's no debate, sir.
I love it. It's just like we're grown men sitting here going, "Oh, look, I'm not going to buy it. It's not for me."
This is another part swapper because, like, I've seen people online that bought the Triple H Masters figure and the shred, and you swap them, and you get something that's halfway decent that should have been good to start with.
Nice.
Oh,
hey, can I just quickly interrupt and just give a massive, massive shout out here to Stu, the Universal Toy Collector. He's just finished last weekend a 24-hour stream raising a lot of money for, I think, a sort of child cancer help charity. So good on you, Stu. Good to see you in the chat, buddy.
Yeah, that was brilliant. That was brilliant.
Hope you've recovered.
Now, the thing about this figure is I hate it as well.
Good.
Okay.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't hate it. It's a good looking shredder.
Why does he have a weird axe thing? Shredder doesn't use an
axe.
He's a
Motu because it's crossover, baby. You gotta.
Yeah, but he's a ninja. Why does he use the axe thing?
You want it though, Johnny, right?
I've got it on the way of what this morning.
Yeah. Don't let Adam
Well,
sway you,
by the
buddy.
way,
If you
I've
like
walked
it, you
away.
like it. Don't worry what Adam thinks. Adam's entitled to his opinion, but if you like it, you like it.
I've had the same thoughts Adam has had, and I've reluctantly picked up some of the last couple of months.
You bought it anyway.
Yeah. Again, there's just not for me, and not enough of a crossover. I mean, if it's a crossover, then go full into it. It just looks like a Shredder character.
I think the Krang is the best figure in the line. Like, it's actually really
I love that one.
melding of the Andre and the Motu and the Ninja Turtles.
Mm-hmm.
But you can take the Krang element off of that one and still have a pretty neat Motu figure.
Yeah, you can still take the middle out of them.
Okay, and then there were a couple of, I think these were more exclusive, sort of your Target, Walmart rubbish things. I don't understand it all because I don't live in that part of the world.
It's really annoying. The exclusives make a builder figure, which is a melding of what's the robot turtle from the 80s with all the chrome, what's his face?
Chrome Dome?
Yeah,
Metalhead.
They got
Metallic.
It's a melding of him and Roboto or something like that. But it's a builder figure. But each one of these bloody exclusives costs about twice the price of the regular ones, and they're all spaced out through the year. It's the worst builder figure ever as far as pricing and how they've done it. It's awful.
Yeah, Chrome Dome was a different character. Sorry. Who did you say was Adam?
Mix them up. Metalhead. Chrome Dome was the big giant ninja, the robot that looked like Shredder in the cartoon.
I don't know who this Flying Grayson guy is, but he raises a great point.
Yeah, he sounds like he's been brought up very well. I'd love to know
that guy's got a good
I'd love
parent.
to know who his father is. He's been well educated.
Yeah.
I will argue that you can also put together a cool character and a pretty shocking character and make a pretty cool character.
Hang on, I'm
So,
going to
but
point out.
Zazel, I want to be very clear with you on something.
Yo,
What you have there is a one-of-a-kind custom figure, and I'm all for that. I'm all for that all day long.
yeah,
But-
this guy's cool.
What if you just had like that? What if you just did that?
Yeah, just had him like that.
That's okay. That's okay.
See, maybe we're a bit biased here because we're all Motu boys here. So maybe we don't like this from the Motu perspective. But I know, like Dean from Totally Taylor Retro, he is a TMNT man. So maybe this line is more for the TMNT folk than the Motu folk.
I think
Possibly.
I think this line is more for the executives who want to make money and put zero effort into it.
Oh, that's one way of looking at it.
This one's weird because it's just
we've hit a nerve with Adam here
It's
tonight, I think.
I love you guys. This is great.
Adam, I'm so sorry you got up at 6 o'clock in the morning, buddy,
No,
feeling under the weather, and we're chucked at you, Turtles of Grayskull. I mean,
I love that you blindsided me, though. You weren't like, prepare for this. You're like, oh, good morning. Here are some crossovers.
for your morning pleasure.
I do like this one.
Yeah, this one looks pretty good. Yeah.
It's a mix of Faker and Slash.
This is a 50-50 mashup for me, yeah. But again, how do we buy it? Where, how can we get our hands on it? If we want
It's
to.
a stupid exclusive. See in the corner, it's got Metal Botto as the builder figure. So it's that stupid Walmart or whatever the hell it is, Walmart or one of those exclusives. So you can't buy it outside of that. It's rubbish.
You know what it is? It's not that I don't like these figures, because I think some of them look okay, and I know, Adam, you hate them. But I think what this is doing is that it's highlighting, and I reckon this is their strategy. It's highlighting how good a Ninja Turtle line in this sort of form factor would look cool, because Slash would look cool.
Yeah.
So after we go out and buy this one, they'll bring out the actual Slash in this same style, and then it sells itself.
I've only got 5 Slash figures from various lines, and
when they bring out just the regular Slash version of this, it'll be almost as good as the vintage one.
Yeah,
I think Nodsy's hit the nail on the head here.
Yeah.
It's a cash grab.
Definitely a cash grab.
Yeah. I don't believe, Lilith, there are vehicles. I think it's just just
nothing.
figures. I think. Yeah.
Now, I would buy.
Here we go. Here we go. Here we go.
I would
Here
buy,
we go.
just for the hilariousness, if they came up with a Techno Walker, which is a big Technodrome, the
Techno
old Technodrome playset, but on a big dragon.
That's just
walker
Daft Punk, isn't it?
that was like, whoa, it's just this huge, awkward Technodrome lumbering. I'd buy that. I'd buy that all day long.
Look at this from the retro. A Tac Track Turtle Wagon. I could get behind them. Yeah, yeah.
Just don't get in front of it.
Adam and Nature on the same wavelength here.
Yeah, the Techno Walker, absolutely.
Is it like? Is that the one that rotates around itself?
Yep.
So there'd be like two Technodromes, just like big, like an old like 40s muscle man with those big giant weights. They'd be like swinging around, just smashing into everything.
Yeah. Gaz, I can get my mutagen slime from the dollar store, so I don't need to buy some hybrid nonsense to get slime.
Here we go. Here's one from Chris. Adam, you could make these. Would you want to? No.
No. I'll make customs and Motu universe figures for all of our friends in the chat, but never will I just say I'm going to combine two toys that already exist and think that I'm being creative.
Can you combine RoboCop and Terminator? That would be the best thing ever, Adam.
I could.
It would be the most best-selling figure of all time.
Yeah, it'll be great.
Okay, I know Adam's going to have a hard time picking his favorite out of this slot because I know he likes them all so much. But personally, I would have to go with Ram Man here. I think he would be probably the only one that I would grab out of this wave. I'm a bit of a some figures I think look really good and others look rubbish. So I would go for Ram Man here.
Yeah,
Jonny, what would be your pick of the bunch out of wave 2?
I think I think the Beastman's rubbish because it's just a generic Beastman with random armor on it. And I'm like, I mean, I could get Scooby Doo and put a cow catcher on it and make as much bloody sense as that. I think the Ram Man, because at least he has the kind of see-through purple mutated stuff, but he's still kind of generic. But at least he looks like he could be a monster or thing, or he looks like something. Some imagination versus like virtually none at all for the rest of them.
Maybe it does. Yeah, the other thing is I don't really get the story behind this. I know the back of the card has a little bit of a
there's a mini comic that comes with the figures.
It does come with a mini comic. Okay.
Yeah, it's pretty much like Batman Ninja Turtles, just like whoa, worlds goodbye and whatever. It's fairly generic. It's not worth talking about. You can look it up on YouTube. People have already done audio versions. I considered doing one. I'm like, well, if 3 people have already done it, why bother?
No, please do. I think you've got such a unique perspective on things that I think that you would actually add value to having.
You put a skeletal voice in there, or Bobby Heenan or something.
Yeah, perfect. I would love it if you did it.
Well, I'll wait till that wave 2 gets here, and then I could do like the number 1 comic, number 2 comic, and then just put them together like a super multi-story with stupid voices.
Wicked. Love it.
Go.
Tubular.
By request, by Zazel's request, Ninja Turtles and stuff that Adam hates. Stay tuned.
So I'm gonna pick Ram Man as my favorite too. And I've seen where people have pulled apart the purple parts and put regular Ram Man things on it. So you've got a Ram Man without the leg gimmick. And I reckon that's pretty cool.
I thought of that too when they released this. I thought, if you want without the gimmick, but then you still got weird colored things, unless you want to paint them, I guess.
Well, we're not all perfect.
That's a retro-tigger question. I can't deal with things that are painted or not painted. I'm not that talented.
So long as it's got 2 shoes, I'm all right.
My
No
legs.
Send it to Zazel. That's the ultimate custom.
Yeah.
So if I had
one, Zazel loves showing off.
I'm irrelevant.
You got the slaughter disorder.
Yeah, that's right. I'm a hoarder of slaughters.
Hoarder of slaughters.
Grayson, watch yourself.
I go up against the Horde army, those slaughters.
So if I had to pick one, if you guys were like, we're in the store,
gun to your head.
If you want to be part of the gang, you got to pick one.
The purple guy.
Yeah.
I would get the Moss Man, the translucent Moss Man. I would take all the extra stuff and just throw it away. And then I would just have like a Moss Man that would be coming out of the swamp and be translucent like water, like he's kind of being part of the. Like I think that works as a Motu figure.
I love it.
You love it. So we've got, okay. I think, as I said before, I think it's definitely a polarizing line.
So and I want to say this as well. I for comic reasons threw down a lot of hate for this line. I don't care about it. I love the Motu vintage line. I love the Motu Turtles line right there. I love them so much. It's not even on my radar. If people love it, that's great. If they don't, that's great.
I don't love it. I tolerate it. Let's be clear.
Tolerate it.
Listen,
tolerate
I'll
it and you
tolerate it.
Tolerate it and you pay for it.
Not essential. I'm still trying to get vintage Ninja Turtles figures that are unobtainiums.
Yeah. Awesome stuff. All right, dudes and dudettes in the chat, everyone, we have come up to over 90 minutes. The time has flown by. It's been a great chat with you, Jonny. It's been good fun. We've covered a lot of things.
Thank you guys. You're all awesome dudes. I love your channels. I love watching all your nonsense and following your show when it's on. I love it to death.
Wow, we love that.
And let's bring up Johnny's. Let's bring it back to the good stuff again. So back to the universe.
I struggle to think of something.
Look at that.
Yeah, that looks so cool. That's one of the best, and I say that every week, but this is one of the best.
It's because I knew I was going to unboxing my what do you call it, Snake Mountain that's sitting over here this month that I've had sitting for 3 months and get all my Snake Men together for the first time. I thought, well, I'll go with the Snake Man.
Nice.
Right. Yeah.
Otherwise it'd be like a Horde something.
Is Gaz pretty much on the money here with his assessment of the Turtles of Grayskull?
Well, we'll check out with our correspondent, Mr. T. He says, I pity the fool who doesn't agree with Gaz.
Can you do that again?
Sometimes he teams up with Skeletor or the Retro Tinker, gets out there, reports on the news.
Outstanding.
Listen to Gaz, fools. It's all about.
Have you guys ever seen the Mr. T reality show? I Pity the Fool.
Yeah,
I have not.
Like,
do you know he did a second TV show that wasn't the A Team, where he's just like a sitcom thing in the 80s. It's on YouTube.
No, so this came out like 5 years ago.
No, the one that's in the 80s.
But it's like a reality show, and he goes to people's houses that are having like problems, and he's like, "Listen, fools, you got to respect your mother," and he just tells them what's what.
Who's gonna say no?
Yeah, it's Mr. T.
Yeah.
You guys gotta get to bed on time.
Before we go into Space Commander's PSA, don't forget.
Thank you.
Don't forget, before we get into Space Commander's PSA, I do want to say, in all seriousness, guys, Jonny's channel is it's a barrel of laughs. It's good fun. He also does with the Boba Hicks. The Boba Hicks with what's that one called? The show
about wrestling and
Boba Joe show.
Yeah.
I've been blessed enough to be on his channel to talk about westerns. It's a fun place to go. If you aren't subscribed to Jonny, please do hit that link in the description and go and subscribe to his channel. You are not going to regret it. It's great humor. It's good stuff. And it's just, Jonny, you're just a genuinely cool dude. And I always enjoy hanging out with you, my man.
I was born strange, and I only get stranger every day, so I can make no apologies for that.
Well, no apologies needed.
You only turned strange when you moved to Australia, mate. I think you were perfectly.
Phil said that.
Jonny.
The first 20 years of your life, you were perfectly normal.
They've done a Russell Crowe crowded house, Phil. They're trying to get me.
You've turned into a Kiwi Aussie crossover. Like what's going on?
I'm like one of these retro Tinker figures where he's mashed up these different elements.
Yeah, one good Western.
Let's
a like. Give this stream a like, and that's an order.
Do what Sergeant Spiker tells you to do. All right, let's hear from Spacey, and then we'll say our final farewells. So,
Friends, we live in a new era where artificial intelligence, AI, has become part of our everyday lives. And, like the internet, it's here to stay. We'd better get used to it. If you put yourself out there on the internet, sooner or later, AI is going to notice you. And before you know it, you're a skull-faced meme with a squeaky voice. Yep, we'd better get used to it. So long!
That's 3 memes
What a
deep, Phil.
legend.
Well done.
Full force.
Salute to that. Well, it's been bloody good to see you guys again.
Always the
Adam,
best.
thank you very much for soldiering through and putting up with all that turtle nonsense.
I'd rather talk about lame toys with you guys than anything else.
Nice. Zazel, I hope you sleep tight, nice and well with Sergeant Spikle tonight. I bet he's nice to cuddle up to.
He's actually softer than you would expect, but hard in all the right places.
Brilliant. Yeah. I love it how you're so attached to him. So cute.
I love it. I sincerely
love
love it. I honestly do.
Yeah,
I honestly
mate.
love this thing.
What a
I love it. I
talented
love it.
man.
I love it.
And yeah, Jonny, it's been awesome having you on, bro. We'll
Thank
have
you.
you on again at some stage in the future. Well, to talk about Wave 3 of Turtles of Grayskull with Adam.
Good Lord, no. Let's talk about some good stuff.
So if I was in charge of Turtles of Grayskull Wave 3, I would have Casey Jones, but he manned up, and then in his golf bag have all the different color power swords, like the purple one, the gray one,
Yes.
the orange one, the pink
They
one.
announced something like that.
See? You see?
But they won't do that. They'll make them
They have.
super weird.
They announced something that like you just described.
Did they?
Yeah. I think like pre-renders or whatever.
All right. So we're going to have to hit the road. We will be back, I don't know, next week or the week after. Who's hosting next? I think, are we back to you again? I know we swapped
It's
orders. I think we'll be back
Skeletor.
to Zazel again.
Yeah,
It's me again. And I've got the legendary, one and only, can you believe it, Gaz,
Yes.
coming at us for a Motu extravaganza. He's going to be with us. It's going to be probably the best show we've ever had, next to this one, obviously. And it's also we're gonna basically shoot the shit with Gaz, and he's come up with a pretty tremendous version of his universe. So do check that out. And Adam, are we back tomorrow for Toy Biz?
Well, later today, I'll be back for Toy Biz.
That's tomorrow for me. Yeah.
And then after our MOTUesday with Gaz, I've got lined up Geek Strong ready to come on. He's going to skip leg day, and he's going to come on here and give us a real strong opinion about some Motu.
Excellent.
Love
awesome stuff. So lots of good stuff to look forward to, guys. Anyway, we got to hit the road. It's been awesome catching up. Awesome chatting with you, Jonny. Let's play some good old outro music, and we will spot you guys next time.
See you then.
Bye.
2 eggs over easy, toast and jelly, coffee black as night. I know you order for you while you fill out immigration forms and flights. A dated issue, surname, passport, address, and postal code. You know all my numbers, check my boxes, I have nothing to disclose. Just the sand in my shoes